Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. So we would start from here. Yes. First, I may inform you from here. Where is it? Here is it. First, may I inform you which paragraph it is. I'm told that this paragraph we have to start.
Prabhuji, please scroll down.
No, leave it. We would start from here. So those who want to read may raise their hand and we would start. Pragya Mataji, would you start reading?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Please continue. My dear Lord.
My dear Lord, by your inconceivable potencies, you create this cosmic manifestation, maintain it, and again dissolve it. Only by dint of your inconceivable potency does this material world, although a shadow representation of the spiritual world, appear to be factual. No one can understand what you plan to do in the future. Your traditional position is always inconceivable to everyone. As far as I am concerned, I can simply offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. Unto you again and again. In the bodily concept of existence, everyone is driven by material desires, and thus everyone dissolves new material bodies one after another in the cycle of birth and death. Being absorbed in such a concept of existence, one does not know how to get out of this enchasement of the material body. By your causeless mercy, my Lord, you descend to exhibit your various transcendental pastimes, which are illuminating and full of glory. Therefore, I have no alternative but to offer my respectful obeisances unto you. My dear Lord, you are the supreme Param Brahm, and your pastimes as an ordinary human are another tact, tactical resource, exactly like a play on the stage in which the actor plays parts different from his own identity. Because the Pandavas are your cousins, you have inquired about them in the role of their well wishers, and therefore I shall let you know about their intentions. Now, please hear me. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So now Pandava's intentions are revealed. Yeah. So one very, very important thing. Look, till we are in material body, right? Till we are in material body, we would be doomed. We would be doomed to be engrossed in the cycle of birth and death. We would never come out of this. We would be absorbed in this. We cannot do anything. It's like puppet. You are being played like a puppet, and you don't know. That's the funniest part. You don't know that you are being played. You think that you are playing. No, you are being played with. Maya Devi is playing with you. You don't know this fact. You think that I have earned so much. No, Maya Devi is giving you desire that you have to earn even more. You think you are powerful. No, you have this desire that you want more power. Maya Devi is fooling you every now and then. A well-wisher would think that please come out. Please come out of this disease that you have gotten into. Right? We all have a lot of, we are filled with diseases, right? Because we are in material world. Nothing is perfect. Everything is wrong, in fact. Everything happening is wrong. There's nothing correct, right? Only correct is Krishna, only correct is Guru, only correct is Vaishnav, who connects us to the all-powerful, to the supreme, to that person who loves us, right? Else everything is wrong. Whatever you may be doing, it's wrong only. Please try and understand that whatever we do, we need to find our connection with Krishna. Suppose you are doing your prescribed duty, you are studying, you are going to school and you are studying, then you must find out that the connection lies with Krishna alone. Individually, I am nothing. Without this connection of Krishna, I am nothing. Right? Unless we find that connect, unless we find that strength in Krishna, trust me, you would be cheated. His Divine Guru Srila Prabhupada always says this. This world is full of cheaters and cheated. Yeah. So if you, this is very, very funny. People say, I never did anything wrong with anyone. I never did anything wrong. Why is wrong happening to me? I've never done anything wrong. People always say this, but they forget this fact that this world is of cheaters and cheated. So you would be cheated. This world is meant for that only. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it is dukhalaya. So this world is made to feel pain, to feel trouble, to feel all the wrong feelings. But no, our life is not this. Our life is to purify ourselves. What is our life for? Purify our existence. So what we should do? We should purify ourselves. Purify ourselves and get our connection back to Krishna. Unless we find our connection with Krishna, whatever connection we may understand of ourselves, like I am very, very intelligent, like I am very powerful, I am very wealthy, I am very this, I am very that, whatever we find is detrimental only. Unless we find that connection with Krishna, everything else, whatever we are doing, is of waste. We often say this, anything plus Krishna equals to best, and connecting to this is another thing. Anything minus Krishna is worse. So if you are living your life without Krishna, if you have lived, let's say, lived 2 minutes of your life without Krishna, you destroyed those 2 minutes. You did not waste those 2 minutes. You did not waste them. You destroyed them. You killed them. 2 minutes, you killed them. Think of killing a person. You killed 2 minutes of your life that way. Just imagine how much sins we are doing by killing each and every second we are not connecting with Krishna. Yeah. Okay. Now Pandavas. Yes. Hare Krishna. Those who want to read may raise their hand. Now, Hare Krishna, Rashi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. First, I may inform you that King Yudhishthira has all material opulences which are possible to achieve in the highest planetary system, Brahmaloka. He has no material opulence for which to aspire, and yet he wants to perform the Ratsuya sacrifice only to get your association and please you. King Yudhishthira is so opulent that he has attained all the opulences of Brahmaloka even on this earthly planet. He is fully satisfied and he does not need anything more. He is full in everything, but now he wants to worship you to achieve your causeless mercy. And I beg to request you to fulfill his desires. My dear Lord, in these great sacrificial performances by King Yudhishthira, there will be an assembly of all the demigods and all the famous king of the world. My dear Lord, you are the supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, one who engages himself in your devotional service by the prescribed method of hearing, chanting, and remembering certainly becomes purified from the contamination of the modes of material nature. And what to speak of those who have the opportunity to see you and touch you directly. My dear Lord, you are the symbol of everything auspicious. Your transcendental name and fame have spread all over the universe, including the higher, middle, and lower planetary systems. The transcendental water which washes your lotus feet is known in the higher planetary system as Mandakini, in the lower planetary system as Bhogavati, and in this earthly planetary system as the Ganges. This sacred transcendental water flows throughout the entire universe, purifying wherever it flows.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, Ganges or Ganga is pure only because it washes the lotus feet of Krishna. Look, Like achintya bheda abheda, right? You can never understand Krishna. Similarly, there's one fact that Ganga and Yamuna are non-different, right? They both are one, right? Yamuna touched the lotus feet of Krishna when he was a little child, right? Now, because it is called Yamuna, so Yamuna is worshipped. Yamuna is worshipped like very, very auspiciously, right? All they both have same connect, right? So yes, look, there are two things. As we live in this material world, we think that we want this, we want that, we want that, right? We have this desire, the desire to achieve something, right? Now, if our desire is to satisfy our senses, gratify our senses include 5 plus 3, right? If our desire is to gratify our senses, definitely we are going to fall. Have no doubt about this. We are going to fall. If our desire is to enjoy our senses, then we are falling. But if our desire is to serve Krishna, then we are elevating. In fact, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada puts it very clearly that we would definitely have some desire. That there again, we would definitely have some desire to serve as well. Desire to take something and desire to serve as well. Right? We want something. What is that something? You can fill that blank, but you want that. Similarly, I want to serve someone. You have to fill that blank someone. You name a person, you name an animal, you name nature, you name some opulence, you name some victory, success, you name some wealth. So only thing would change is someone, right? I want to serve someone. We see that people serve nation. People serve their so-called religion. They do not understand what religion is, by the way. Those who do Hinduism, Muslim, they do not know what religion is. Yeah. Religion is something which is not changeable. Religion is Sanatan. Religion is Sanatan Dharma. Yeah. So those who think like that about their religion, just think over this. Are they not looking for something? And are they not serving someone? They are looking for something, money, opulence, some respect, any kind of, right? Which is fame. Respect is what? Fame. So they are two things are happening simultaneously. One, they are looking for something. Two, as they are looking for something, they want to serve someone as well. Now, simply put, you can serve Krishna or you can serve Maya. Now, here comes the concept why we should be only associating with devotees. Suppose you want to serve Krishna. Now you are in this material world. You do not know where to find Krishna. Right? You want to serve Krishna, but you do not know where to find Krishna. How can you serve? How can you serve Krishna when you do not know where Krishna is? What Krishna actually says? You do not know. Because you do not understand Bhagavad Gita. People read Bhagavad Gita 10 times, 100 times. They do not understand completely. Yeah. So where would you find this answer to this question? Yes. Where would you find whom should I be serving? Yeah. And how should I be getting Krishna? If you really want to get Krishna, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada says, you should never associate with non-devotees. Yeah. You should never associate with non-devotees. Because if you associate with non-devotees, think about this. If you choose that you want to connect with non-devotees, then the fact is that you want to connect with Maya. You are living in this Maya world. Material world is what? Maya world. You are living in this Maya world with all the Mayavadis around. Krishna says, out of 1,000 among men, only one would try to know me in truth. So you are living in this Maya world with all the Mayavadis around. 999 of them are Mayavadis, right? And you want to connect with any one of them? If you ever connect with any one of them, where would you be falling down to? Again, if you love Maya, you would get Maya. Simple. Maya is what? Which is not visible, which is not apparent, which is not true, which looks like that it is correct, but it is never correct. Which looks like it is there, but it is never there. Maya is illusion. You want to love illusion? That is what we all are doing. 999 of us are doing that only. We are loving illusion. Because if we want to serve our senses, are we getting happiness by serving our senses? Eventually, we all are feeling pain. Why then we are serving our senses? Right? So we should serve senses of Rishikesha. Rishikesh is no other than Krishna. We should serve senses of Krishna, not our own senses. Yeah, because if we serve our own senses, we would be deviated for sure. We would be disconnected for sure. But if we serve senses of Krishna, yeah, there's no deviation. If we serve senses of Krishna, then there's no deviation. Yeah. We were talking about 1,000 among men, only one would try to know me in truth. But there is another way of looking at it. Okay, among 1,000 there is one. Another 1,000 there is one more. Another 1,000 there is one more. Can we all club these 1111 people and make a family of ourselves? Actually, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada did that. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada cumulated all the devotees, made devotees, and made a unison and a place where you would find devotees. Right? You can make your home that place also. If you can make your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your beloved ones, everyone a devotee of Krishna, everyone, then definitely you have a family which is a Vaishnava family. Right? Many a times this is not possible. So because of their last birth janma and last birth karma. So Many a times this is not possible. So we should always, whether or not we find that connect in our homes or not, we should always connect with devotees only. Non-devotee association, not required. Right? Last night only, we told twice how we should avoid non-devotee association. Keep on saying, keep on saying, keep on saying. I am not hearing anything if there's a non-devotee. And if there's a devotee, then I am not rejecting anything, even if I don't understand. Right? I am not rejecting. I am not able to understand, but I am not rejecting what you are saying. Yeah. So these are two very, very different idea. And yeah, Hare Krishna. Shruta, please conclude.
Hare Krishna. Just before the great sage Narada arrived in the Sudharma assembly house of Dwarka, Lord Krishna and his ministers and secretaries had been considering how to attack the kingdom of Jarasandha. Because they were seriously considering the subject, Narada's proposal that Lord Krishna go to Hastinapura for Maharaja Yudhishthira's great Rajasuya sacrifice did not much appeal to them. Lord Krishna could understand the intentions of his associates because he is the ruler of even Lord Brahma. Therefore, in order to pacify them, he smilingly said to Uddhava, "My dear Uddhava, you are always my well wishing, confidential friend. I therefore wish to see everything through you because I believe that your counsel is always right. I believe that you understand the whole situation perfectly. Therefore, I am asking your opinion. What should I do? I have faith in you, and therefore I shall do whatever you advise." It was known to Uddhava that although Lord Krishna was acting like an ordinary man, he knew everything, past, present, and future. However, because the Lord wanted to consult with him, Uddhava, in order to render service to the Lord, began to speak. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport of 17th chapter of Krishna, Lord Krishna's daily activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So we ended chapter 17. Please try and understand. Krishna did not need Narada, right? Krishna did not need discussion. Krishna did not need even 1 second of time to kill this Jarasandha. Krishna does not need anyone's advice. Krishna does not need your intelligence because that intelligence is given by Krishna alone. Krishna does not need anything. If Krishna does not need anything, why is Krishna doing so? First talking to Narada, then this one, Uddhava. Why is Krishna doing that? Can anyone explain me this part? I'm not able to understand. Why is Krishna doing that? Krishna is talking to Uddhava. He's talking like, please tell me, please guide me. Oh, Uddhava, please guide me. Tell me what should I be doing. Krishna requires that advice. Yes, because he loves us and he is our Supreme Father. So he loves us, but why does he require? Why does he require everyone's this one answer? Yeah. Or should I ask this question? Does he even require Uddhava or Narada Muni to do his work? Why is Krishna doing that? Why is Krishna asking Uddhava? Yeah. Telling Uddhava that whatever you do, whatever you say now, Uddhava, everything is correct only. I'm very, very happy to have you. If you could guide me now, I would be very grateful of you. Can you please guide me? What is Krishna saying? Krishna needs guidance from Uddhava. Krishna needs guidance from anyone. Everything is happening according to his own sweet will. Yeah, whatever he wishes, that would happen. He wants to destroy this planet, bang, end. It would not even take 1 second. So why is Krishna doing this? Why is Krishna saying to Uddhava? Yes, that's the only reason. To glorify devotees. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, thoughts of pure devotees dwell in my heart. Those who worship Krishna with all their hearts, Krishna places them even above himself. Krishna places Radharani Maharani above himself. Krishna places Narada Muni, Ambarish Maharaj, or here Uddhava above himself. Right? So those who render their devotional service onto Krishna, Krishna puts him or her above himself. Look at this. Just now we were talking that we all have desire to serve. Now think, if you serve to any material, please ask me to repeat this in Bhagavatam, right? 9 p.m. Bhagavatam. If you serve any materialistic person, right, what would you get? You would get anger, you would develop more greed, you would have more thirst, right? You would fear that this may be lost. Yeah. You would develop power, sense of authority. You would develop knowledge. Yes, I know how to do it. Yeah. You would develop fame. Yes. And what are these leading up to? You would develop these qualities, but what is it leading up to? Disconnection with Krishna. You are getting disconnected with Krishna. Do you want to disconnect with Krishna? If you are working for materialistic things, then you are getting disconnected with Krishna. If you really want that, you can do that. That's your choice. Again, Krishna gives us independent free will, right? So it is our own sweet choice that what do we do with these things, right? Else you can serve Krishna. And if you choose to serve Krishna, and if you serve Krishna very, very beautifully, you may be a pure devotee. And if you are a pure devotee, Krishna says, Krishna puts pure devotees above himself. So you would become above Krishna. The objective, however, should never be that I want to go above Krishna. Devotee should always think of serving Krishna. But to just satisfy our materialistic minds, please understand that a devotee would be in fact elevated to such a position where he would be above Krishna. Forget having power. He would be above the all-powerful. Yeah. In fact, if a pure devotee pleads to Krishna, Krishna never rejects. Never rejects. Yeah. So.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Yes, sir. This question always comes in my mind, sir. Some people says that the Krishna avatars are over, so the world is going to end. This is the last avatar. After this avatar, the world will end. Is this
How
true,
does it
sir?
matter? How does it matter? Do you have understanding of just one universe? Do we have just one universe? Suppose this universe ends. Yeah. Suppose this universe would end tomorrow. What do we have to do with this? What is your identity? What is your role in the whole system? Your whole role is to purify yourself. Go back to Krishna. Why you are meddling your mind over whether this universe would end or not? Any which ways, this universe, Kali Yuga, is 4,32,000 years long, right? Unless that time passes, this world is not going to end. Again, Brahma is not dying anytime soon. Yeah. So Brahma's age is very, very long. Brahma's age is 100 years, and that 100 years is very, very long, very, very long. Yeah. An evening of Brahma is like 4,32,000 years. So Brahma is very young as of now. This Brahma, right? And it would take a lot of time. But why do we have to even think about those things? There are many, many universes, and your authority or your connection is not with this universe. You have been thrown. You did not choose. You have been thrown on this universe. Yeah. You have been put in this jail.
Before this universe started, we were near Krishna, sir.
No, universes existed every time. Yeah. So there are many, many universes, and you can be thrown to any of the universe. Any of this universe. But if you choose to love Krishna, then you would be in Krishna Loka. But then it's not very, very simple doing, I love Krishna, I love Krishna. Then how would 1,000, rather I should say 999, would not love Krishna? Yeah. So loving Krishna is not that simple. It appears to be simple. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, what if any of the family members say to touch the feet of any elderly person who is not a devotee? What one should do? Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that we should respect Guru, we should respect parents, we should respect elderly, right? So if they come in these categories, then we should respect. We should show our respect. Yeah. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. It's very, very clear. So please try and understand. Krishna is just glorifying devotees. Right? Krishna does not require you or me or anyone else. Krishna does not require me to sit here to preach about him. But Krishna wants to give me this opportunity to feel good of myself. In fact, that is a test as well. Amanina manadena. If I feel proud of myself, then I'm not doing bhakti. Right? So every time you would be checked. Your fever would be checked. How much fever do you have? Fever is what? Material, material connect. Every time it would be checked. If you have a lot of fever, you would not be allowed to go to Krishna Loka. But if your fever comes down, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity. Yeah. But not if your connect is with material world. If you find your connection with this material world, then you're doomed to fall. Yeah. If your connection is with material world, then you are doomed to fall, because then material world is all fallible. So please ready to fall. If your connection is with Krishna, there's no falling down. Yeah. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. Announce it boldly that my devotees never perish. Yeah, Krishna says this to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. So, yeah, if our connection is with Krishna, then there's no fear. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So let's begin chapter 71. Hare Krishna. Shweta, could you please start?
Hare Krishna. Chapter 71. Lord Krishna in Indraprastha city. In the presence of the great sage Narada and all the other associates of Lord Krishna, Uddhava considered the situation and then spoke as follows. My dear Lord, first of all, let me say that the great sage Narada Muni has requested you to go to Hastinapura to satisfy King Yudhishthira, your cousin, who is making arrangements to perform the great sacrifice known as Rajsuya. I think, therefore, that your lordship should immediately go there to help the king in this great venture. However, although to accept the invitation offered by the sage Narada as primary is quite appropriate, at the same time, my lord, it is your duty to give protection to the surrendered souls. Both purposes can be served if we understand the whole situation. Unless we are victorious over all the kings, no one can perform this Rajsuya sacrifice. In other words, it is to be understood that King Yudhishthira cannot perform this great sacrifice without gaining victory over the belligerent King Jarasandh. The Rajsuya sacrifice can be performed only by one who has gained victory over all directions. Therefore, to execute both purposes, we first have to kill Jarasandh. I think that if we can somehow or other gain victory over Jarasandh, all our purposes will automatically be served. The imprisoned kings will be released, and with great pleasure we shall enjoy the spread of your transcendental fame for having saved the innocent kings whom Jarasandh has imprisoned. But King Jarasandha is not an ordinary man. He has proved a stumbling block even to great warriors because his bodily strength is equal to the strength of 10,000 elephants. If there is anyone who can conquer this king, he is none other than Bhimsen, because he also possessed the strength of 10,000 elephants. The best thing would be for Bhimsen to fight alone with him. Then there would be no unnecessary killing of many soldiers. In fact, Jarasandha will be very difficult to conquer when he stands with his Akshohini divisions of soldiers. We may therefore adopt a policy more favorable to the situation. We know that King Jarasandh is very much devoted to the Brahmanas and very charitably disposed towards them. He never refuses any request from a Brahmana. I think, therefore, that Bhimsen should approach Jarasandh in the dress of a Brahmana, beg charity from him, and then personally engage in fighting him. And in order to assure Bhimsen's victory, I think that your lordship should accompany him. If the fighting takes place in your presence, I am sure Bhimsen will emerge victorious. For your presence makes everything impossible possible. Indeed, Lord Brahma creates this universe, and Lord Shiva destroys it simply through your influence.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, I have a question. Very simple question. Uddhava is speaking these. These lines are spoken by Uddhava. Right? Whose ideas are these? Whose idea are these? Whose idea? Yeah. Yeah. Whose idea are these?
Lord Krishna.
Please try and understand. Rather, let me ask one very naughty question. Suppose I am a demon, right? I am doing demoniac acts. Now, I'm doing demoniac acts. So, whose Whose idea it is to do demoniac act? Right? Here, Uddhava is speaking, and you all are saying that Krishna is behind this. Right? Krishna is making him say all these things. Suppose I am a demon doing demoniac acts and anything demoniac, right? Whose idea or whose influence or whose thoughts are these? Yeah. Okay. Independent free will. Anyone else? Whose idea is this? Look. First, let me give very simple answer. Then let me complicate it, and then the answer would be clear. It is always Krishna. It is always Krishna. Yeah. So here this Uddhava is speaking. Where is the intelligence coming from? Where is the intelligence coming from? Does intelligence have any other source other than Krishna? So Uddhava is getting this intelligence and telling that, Krishna, you should go to Yudhishthira Maharaj, you should fight with Jarasandha this way. Whose intelligence has Uddhava borrowed and is telling Krishna that this should be done, this should be done? Whose intelligence is it? Is the ownership lies with Uddhava? Does the ownership lies with anyone else? No. So yes, the intelligence is with Krishna only. Again, going back to the same question. I am a demon, right? Suppose I am a demon and I am doing demoniac acts, killing people. Whose intelligence is it? Again, the source is Krishna only. Yeah. Can anyone contradict? It is not Krishna. Intelligence, Krishna says, I am the source of all intelligence. Yeah. Yes, the source is Krishna only. But we, by our own independent free will, chose to be surrendered to Maya, an energy of Krishna. Maya is an energy of Krishna. We chose. It was our free will. It was our decision that we be surrendered to Maya. And only because we chose to be surrendered to Maya, Maya is acting upon us. Maya would not act upon us if we choose to surrender to Krishna. If we choose to surrender to Maya, then there's no help. Right? Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita, helplessly created and helplessly destroyed. Yeah. These world are helplessly created and destroyed. When Brahma wakes up, this is created. When Brahma goes to sleep, he destroys it. Yeah. Every time it is helplessly created and helplessly destroyed. And we all are helpless. In this material world, we want to enjoy the opulence of Krishna and we are helpless. Because in this material world, it is a perverted reflection. Original opulence of Krishna is not there. It is a perverted reflection. Real Krishna's opulence, like love, is not there. We see a perverted reflection, right? It's like looking in the river and thinking the image of the tree to be a tree. It is never a tree. When you are seeing a reflection of tree on the river and from far you are seeing this, maybe you are seeing a tree, but it is not a tree. If you jump onto it to pick some fruits, actually that is happening to us. That is the reason why we want happiness. Huh? No happiness. No. I want happiness. Happiness. Huh? No happiness. Yet again. No, but I want happiness. Huh? Somewhere happiness would be. Huh? There. Happiness. No happiness. We are trying to find that happiness which does not exist. That is Maya. Yeah. So if we choose by our own independent free will that we want to be surrendered to Maya's world, then we would be disillusioned. If we want our opulence, then we would be disillusioned. But if we want to serve Krishna, then no disillusion. If you want to serve Krishna, then there's always happiness, bliss. Right? So that's the reason why every time we are surrendered to Krishna only, right? Even in the form of Maya Devi, it is no other than extension of Krishna. In a very, very wrong way, we surrender to Krishna. Right? It's like there are only two people in this world. Right? There are just two people. I and let's say Supreet. Right? There are only two people. Right? Either I can think of myself or either I can think of Supreet. I can think of Supreet in a positive way or in a negative way. That is left to me. Yeah, you all are getting this fact. So there are only two people in this world, me, I, and Krishna. There's no other third person that does not exist. So whatever we are seeing, you all, me included, you all are expansion, are coming from Krishna only. You all are parts and parcel of Krishna only. Your individual identity does not exist, including me. Your individual identity does not exist. Although Krishna has given you individual identity, but your individual identity without Krishna, what is that? Sun rays without sun, what is that? Yeah, sun rays might be given a lot of energy. That is mercy of sun. Yeah, but independently, can we think about our own identity? And if we cannot think, why we are not surrendering 5+3 for Rishikesha, who is the enjoyer of all these energies, why we are not surrendering? Yeah. So we need to surrender to Krishna. That's the only choice. There's no second choice. Yeah. Those who are demoniac, they do not understand this part, and they surrender to Maya, which again is Krishna's energy only. In a very, very negative way, it is Krishna's energy. So you have two choices. One, you surrender to Krishna. Second, you surrender to Krishna. One, you surrendered in the positive way. Two, you surrender in the negative way. One, you are always blissful. Two, you are always sad, seeking, helpless. One, you live a fulfilling life. Two, you always live unfulfilled life. One, where you see happiness. to where you are seeking happiness. The difference is only word K, right? You see happiness in Krishna, you seek happiness in this material world. You never get happiness in this material world. You always find happiness in Krishna. That's the only, the K is only the missing thing. Na? Seek. Huh? So that's the only thing. So what is your choice? What is your choice? If you do not want to devote your mind, your intelligence, your ego, your senses, and whatever you have, your time, your body, your whatever you see, right? You are not devoting those things to Krishna. Then for sure you are devoting it to Maya. Therefore, in this material world, we should never connect with non-devotees. We should be like a lotus flower. In this mud, we may bloom, but we should not be connecting with the dirt. Yeah. Be always disconnected with material opulences. Be always connected with Krishna. Do bhakti very sincerely. And definitely, if ever I could be of any help, definitely I'm more than happy to help you in any possible manner related to bhakti. Yeah. Now connecting back to chanting, we would be continuing with chanting after this session ends. Please forgive, I plucked out tulsi leaf. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. We should not be plucking tulsi leaf on Ekadashi or Dwadashi. It's not okay. So yeah, please ask for forgiveness if you ever do something sinful. First ask forgiveness to Tulsi Maharani, then ask forgiveness to Krishna. Then, because Tulsi Maharani is purest devotee of Krishna, right? Unless Tulsi Maharani forgives you, why would Krishna forgive you? Krishna won't forgive you. Amrish Maharaj, till Amrish Maharaj forgave Durvasa Muni, Krishna never forgave Durvasa Muni. Yeah, my Sudarshan would kill you. So we should seek forgiveness too. In fact, devotees are very, very merciful. That's the reason why we do Vaishnava Pranam Mantra. Yeah, devotees are very merciful. But at the same time, devotees are powerful as well. Yeah, merciful is there, but powerful as well. So once they are powerful, right? If you hurt a devotee, right, you did a big mistake. You should never do that. Never hurt any devotee. Yeah. Never offend any devotee. Yeah. So yes, that's the way we should understand. Yeah. Okay. So open chat. Yeah. Just a minute. Hare Krishna. Yes. So should we do Vaishnava Pranam Mantra? Do we have any questions? If we have any question, then you may ask. Else we would do Vaishnava Pranam Mantra and end. Yeah. Okay. I do not see any hand raised or in the chat. No questions. Hare Krishna. Yadvita.
So like Vishnu, killing an animal or something, we kill something, it's a sin. It's a sinful thing, Racham. Like we eat non-veg for our happiness for thing. We kill thing. So many people ask some questions that I heard one question of one of the friend. I don't know the answer, but sir,
I think the question you are asking, devotees have answered to that, and we have answered that question in the class itself. I think Rashi Mataji would answer this. Yeah. Rashi Mataji, the question is with you. Yeah. For you, I mean. Advita, yeah, please ask the question. Mataji would answer. Don't worry. She is very, very merciful. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Sir, like.
In fact, devotees should answer. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, please.
if my family, if I go out for my friends bring kill something and bring to eat. So and if I don't eat, what's the use? So like if I eat also the animal will not live. If I do not eat also, the animal will live. Right? So
Yeah.
so why should I not eat that?
Okay. Okay. You should be eating non-veg. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there are two reasons why we should not eat. Yeah. Okay. Rashi Mataji, over to you. Thereafter, in fact, we would do this only. In question and answer, we would leave the floor to devotees to answer. If they answer incorrectly, then I would jump in. Else, you all are answering very, very beautifully. Yeah. In fact, at 10 p.m. today, we would do this only. Yeah. Anyone who has question and anyone who has answer, please feel free to jump in. Yeah. Rashi Mataji. Now, what is the answer? By this logic, I think we should eat non-veg. It's okay. Okay. Are we all muted? Sorry. No, unmuted. Yeah. Yeah, Rashi Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. What happened? I did not hear. Okay. Are you able to hear now? You can unmute, na Mataji. The question is with you, so I cannot jump in. Sadly, I cannot. Yeah. Advita, please ask once again.
So like I went to a party. Like my friends ordered. They killed an animal and bring it to eat. So we should not eat, right? But still they killed it. So now it's not alive, and they're eating, and they are asking to me. But if I eat, what's the use? And if I don't eat, what's the use? Anyway, the animal is killed. It will not. If I don't eat it, the animal will not come alive.
Yeah.
That's a question, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, Mataji. Anyone else? Yeah. So, do we have answer? Dipti Mataji, Anshika. Yes, please answer. Sorry, Prabhuji, I don't know the question. Okay. The question is that suppose an animal has been killed, right? Why we should not be eating that animal? What is the problem in eating? Yeah.
Like, sir, if we should not kill an animal, but if it's automatically killed,
Yeah,
but why should if I eat if I eat also it's dead only. If I don't eat also it's dead only.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the answer?
And it may also be returned as we should kill this animal on that day. That can also be that.
Yeah. Anyone who has the answer?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Spotting. It would be tamasic. Okay, tamasic. So we should not be eating. Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
We should not eat the dead animal because at the time of when the animal is going to be dead, it should be having the feeling of fear, and the fear feeling will become in his body cells, body cells. So when we eat that body cells,
okay, this is scientific reason of explaining why we should not be eating. So scientific reason from what we call as science, although that is not science, but what we call as
That body
science.
cells will come in our body, and we will get that feeling, the same feeling we will get.
Okay.
That's why we should not eat the animal, dead
Okay.
animal, or any non-veg
So
thing.
science explains it this way, that once that animal is getting killed, they develop wrong cells, right? And when we eat them, uh, we would getting those wrong, uh, this one, uh, wrong things in ourselves. Now there are three more reasons, but there is one reason why we should not be eating. Now one more reason, I mean, Anshika says we have to follow four regulative principles, right? Meat eating is one of them. We should not eat meat. Simple. Guru says, Acharya says we should not be eating meat, then we should not be eating meat. Forget the scenarios, right? I would give a specific answer to what you asked. Krishna told not to kill, right? Again, same thing. Uh, uh, because Krishna says, because Guru says that we should not be eating, we should not be eating. Krishna told not to kill a 3-year baby, does not know anything. Yes, exactly. This should be the approach. We do not have minds to understand. Yeah. The problem is that if you understand this part, again you would be entangled in some other question, right? And you would not find answers to that, and again you would do some mistake. So the perfect answer is, a 3-year-old baby do not understand anything. We should reject everything unfavorable for Krishna. Just that. Yeah. So anything unfavorable for Krishna, we should not be doing. Krishna says that we should not be eating, so we should not be eating. Done. Rashi Mataji says, Krishna do not eat, so we cannot eat. Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So Krishna does not order us to kill animal and eat. If Krishna wanted us to eat meat, then Krishna should have said it, right? To what you just said is this. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.37. According to Manu, the great author of civic codes and religious principle, even the killer of an animal is to be considered as a murderer. Someone who killed is a murderer, because animal food is never meant for civilized man, whose prime duty is to prepare for going back to Godhead. He says that in the act of killing an animal, there are regular conspiracy by the party of the sinners. Conspiracy, right? And all of them, please hear this clearly, all of them are liable to be punished as murderers, exactly like the party of the conspirators who kill a human being combinedly. Suppose uh, uh, you suppose no, the example should be better. Suppose there is one very bad person, right? And I too am a bad person here, so this bad person, I want to kill that person, right? And I ask my friends to jump in. I ask 5 of my friends to come. You please come. We would surrender this person and we would kill him, right? If you go by law, right, by real law, all are equally responsible. All are equally responsible. So here it is written. Now here is your perfect answer. He who has given permission, he who kills the animal, he who sells the slaughtered animal, he who cooks the animal, he who administers distribution of the foodstuff, and at last he who eats such cooked animal food are all murderers. Are all murderers, and all of them are liable to be punished by the laws of nature. So again, to elaborate on this point, again, one more line is written. No one can create a living being despite all advancement of material science, and therefore no one has right to kill a living being by one's independent whims. So it is very, very clearly written that we are not allowed to do things according to our own understanding. Yes, the fact is that if we kill any animal, forget eating, if we kill any animal, our consciousness level would go down. If we eat that animal, our consciousness level would go down further. So if you choose, this is your independent free will. If you choose to eat an animal, you are actually punishing yourself for permanent damage. Yeah, damage would never be undone. Your consciousness level once drops, it would never go to that level. Yeah, at a different level, at a different platform, it can go. Devotees associate, you can elevate higher, but uh, that consciousness level would never come, which you have left by your own independent free will. So we should never kill, and we should never eat any animal. Yeah, that's the reason why. Okay.
Thank
you. Anyone else? No. Should we do Vaishnav
Sir, could
Pranam?
I?
No.
Sir, could I say a story behind Krishna, Lord Brahma kidnaps a herd girl?
Not today. Not today. Someday, sometime later. Yeah. Today is Ekadashi. We would hear the stories there. Yeah. Maybe next week. Tomorrow too, there is one class of Krishna book again in Hindi. Yeah, anyone who wants to do Vaishnav Pranam Mantra or start Vaishnav Pranam Mantra, raise of hand. Everyone should do Vaishnav Pranam Mantra. Okay, only Pragya Mataji? Shweta? Okay, Shweta, Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Kripa
Kripa sindhubhya eva cha
patitanam pavanebhyo
patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki
Jai.
Divine Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai Jai
Jai
Jai.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you everyone for joining, and let's connect back to chanting, or should we do Kirtan? Huh? Kirtan? I was thinking of chanting, but no, let's do Kirtan. Let's start Kirtan. Okay, so we will start Kirtan in a couple of minutes. This is Loknath Swami Maharaj doing Kirtan. Very beautiful. Okay, yeah. So we have another 1 minute. Yeah, no questions.